At the end of Avengers Endgame, we are led to believe that Bruce Banner and the Hulk are permanently fused, and we know they've been this way for a while thanks to Avengers Endgame. Now, why exactly is he back in Bruce Banner form at the end of Shang-Chi? Well, let's get to all the evidence and theories surrounding this. So first up, we have very little to go by in regards to why he is in human form when he talks to Shang-Chi. Now, there is plenty of theories, which I'm going to go over, but there also might be some evidence as to what's going on. So first and foremost, why isn't he the Hulk anymore? Well, let's go with the first theory that might have some evidence. We see his arm is still in a sling. But people have said that if you look at the other one, it looks like he has somewhat of a thicker watch on it, which people believe that maybe Bruce Banner has invented some sort of watch or technology that helps him become human, so he doesn't freak everybody out and so he can stay out of the spotlight, because obviously it's pretty easy to spot the Hulk and it's a little bit harder to spot Bruce Banner. So I can honestly see this one, but I think we need to see the film for ourselves in like pure HD frame by frame just to see if that is in fact some sort of controlling device that's thicker than a normal watch. But his arm was definitely in a sling still, which tells us he's still injured. Which brings me to the second one. And this is the working theory that I have, and this is the one I personally like the most, but again, it's the theory I have that other people have as well, so that kind of tells you a bias. And it's that due to the power that he exerted, the damage that he did to himself, his body can't sustain being the Hulk for the full duration of 24/7. So he has to go back to human form, and his arm is slowly healing thanks to the Hulk's accelerated healing factor. Eventually, it will be all healed up, and he will be able to become the Hulk again, but it's going to be at will and under his control because they're now one and the same. They're not exactly separate entities, one filled with rage, one filled with brains. To me personally, this is the one that I wish they would use because it gives the character a little bit more depth to play with besides just, oh, it's a watch, whatever. The other theory I've seen, and this one's a pretty good one as well, and that's that he's only showing up as Bruce Banner in the hologram to not freak anybody out. And he is actually still the Hulk, but he's just projecting the hologram, which, again, this could realistically be it, but I'm going to say no to that. And the specific reason I have for this that I can pretty much say guarantees that this isn't the case is She-Hulk. They are not going to CG him as the big green monster every single scene he's in. That's very expensive. That's a lot of work. Therefore, there's got to be some sort of story reason why he's Bruce Banner again. So this goes back to the other two. Now, there are some other theories that maybe there's been some separation, that maybe the Hulk doesn't want to be there again, that maybe Bruce Banner has found a way to cure himself. I'm gonna go with none of these. I'll be real with you. That just seems pointless, especially if, again, we look at She-Hulk set photos, if we look at the leaks, the Hulk is definitely in that series. Unless She-Hulk is going to take place before Shang-Chi, and by the end of She-Hulk, he's found a cure or does something, that could explain it. But realistically, I think it's going to be one of the first two scenarios I laid out. I hope it's the one that I'm kind of leaning on, with the healing factor in the Hulk, but I guess in due time we'll know. If you guys have some sort of theory or evidence, please lay it out. I'd like to see it, but I think they're just going to get crazier from this point on out.